Hi! What's this? This turned up today. This is our version 2.0. The box that always was meant to be, sort of. That's a long story. I'll tell you another time in a proper long video. This is probably going to be short because I've got like no space left on my phone. So until I get my camera, which is coming soon, that's what we've got. So without further ado, let's just unbox our first one, shall we? Don't worry, we're not unboxing them all, but this looks mint. I am very, very pleased with that. It is kind of what I wanted it to look like in the first place. Lid off. Yeah, that's the noise. Oh, cool. This is exactly what we wanted. So we've got little thumb finger grooves underneath each of the corners, so we can actually get the stuff out without breaking the box. So that's the rule book. These are the character sheets. We've got the boards. I'm just going to kind of pull everything out. Then we've got all the tokens and stuff. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all right on the back, I think. Yeah. Happy days. There's tons of stuff. Tons of counters. Now this, there's a little space for that spinner thingy there, which kind of just sits nestled in there. But then we've got 3 spaces for cards and our little pixel art skull there as well. So overall, super pleased with all that. Let's get more stuff out. So dice, still the same dice, yellow, purple, white and red. You know, there's going to be 4 players generally speaking, so you can kind of choose who wants to do what. A little bit of pawn in your box. A little pawn in your box. Little yellow cubes, so those are your action points. Those are perfect. They're a little bit bigger than last time and sort of like an apple juice coloured yellow. Then this is what I'm super excited about. I got them to make me some holographic cards. I've made my own before and these just look great. 3 fat stacks of cards, because there's more cards in the box than there's ever been before. We're going to have a look at what's in these packets. So much stuff. There's tons in this box now. Loads of enemies, bosses. Oh, the bosses. This is so cool. Spoilers, sorry. First and foremost, we have the mage, the assassin, and the fighter. That's your standard character card. There's like a relic version of stuff, which is what the shiny ones are. But yeah, we've got those. This is what I'm like most excited for, is the bosses. So I don't know if you follow on the YouTube, but I upgraded all of the artwork for these guys and they look amazing. I am super, super thrilled with those. Loads more enemies, loads more stories, loads more bosses. There's skills and stuff like that. We have new story cards, which I haven't seen in person either. So I'm super, super excited by these as well. Oh, look. So the only one we had before was that one. That was the end. That was the only one we had. And now we got these 2. So you now have 3 ends. The only middle we had before was this one. And now you have these 2. And now you've got 3 middles. And then finally, the beginnings. So some of these have been printed before, but only home printed. We've got that one was the only one that was in the game, in the initial prototype. And then these are 2 new ones. So you have 3 beginnings too. So loads more story content, loads more character content. And then this is probably the meat of everything. So all of the different enemies. Now this is going to be really, really tricky to kind of show on camera because there's so many of them. There's just tons, absolutely tons. I don't know which ones I'm showing you right now because the backs all just say enemies. There's tons of them. So these are just a small sample of some of the new enemies in the game. Loads of new stuff. The only thing that is new that isn't in this box is a new character, which is coming soon. I'm going to print it myself for that one and put that in the box as well. So there's the regular skills that were in there before. It's really hard to kind of do backwards without seeing what I'm doing. But there we go. I think I think the cards are different, actually. I think they're like a more matte finish. I'll have to check that with the old one. Unless it's just because they feel new, I think they might be a different finish, so that's exciting. And then there's been a couple of changes on some of the weapons as well. So the staffs for the mage, they've had a little bit of a nerf because the mage was too powerful damage-wise. Has also had a little bit of a buff in terms of the kind of healing that they do and things like that. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing new in the items, but I mean, that's your stack of items. It's like an inch thick. Same with the enemies. So if I put all these together, this is without the bosses. That's some weight to it. That's all your enemies, and there's 5 copies of each enemy in there. So I think there's 25 different enemies to fight now. 24, 25, something like that. Then 5 new bosses. There'll be 1 new character to join this lot when I print it all. New story stuff, a little bit of tweaks here and there, and then finally all the encounters. So these have had a huge upgrade as well, in terms of I've sort of shortened the text, believe it or not. So a lot of this text, the text was quite small and longer. So I've made the text bigger and shortened it down a bit. So with some of the ones that are maybe a little bit less clear, I've added a little note. So like this one says, there's a storyteller note at the bottom. You probably can't see that, but there's a little note that says extra context for the encounter that you're in. So with the combat encounters as well, what I've done is given a different modifier, a difficulty modifier on the bottom. So you might be able to see that there if you just hold it up to the camera. There's a chapter modifier which tells you what you're fighting, but there's also a difficulty at the end, so you know from the outset whether it's like easy or not. Yeah, easy, medium, hard, extreme, and heroic. So there we go. So a few new changes, quality of life improvements. Yeah, I think probably one of the biggest changes really is that enemies now have a new layout, but also a resistance or a weakness as well. So there we go. That's everything in the box. And these are all going to, hopefully, people who want to play it and who will share it and let me know what they think. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you did, love you, appreciate you. You'll be able to play this very soon and you'll see some glamorous shots in the next few days. Thanks. Bye.
You're live.
What will the let's turn the light on and be? Them lights are bright. We have an interruption. I'm so excited to play. We need to get friends round. That's what we're doing tonight. I mean, no, it's too close to Christmas.